Good afternoon and welcome to another WHITT session with Chelsea Whittington. What's a WHITT session? I'm so glad you asked. A WHITT session is a pop-up interview in a pop-up location with a surprise guest. Surprise! I am here with the one and only, you know him, you love him, Pro Focus. That's all we're going with. No, we'll find out what his real name is later, but Pro Focus. And it's ironic. And we have a beautiful runway model in Ashley, whom we will also talk to today. But Pro Focus and I connected the way business owners should. He reached out to me on the WHITT PR Facebook page. Now, was I responsive the way I should have been, the way I preach on TikTok? I was not, and I apologize on camera today because I missed that message, but we have connected and we are here to talk about this amazing journey that he and his team are embarking on and an amazing event that's coming up in January. Hey, Pro.
Hey, how are you?
I am doing well. Would you please introduce yourself, talk a little bit about your business, and then Ashley, I'll flip it over to you. With all those long legs under this table, y'all, I will just tell you. Pro, you're up.
So, I am the owner of Pro Focus Photography. I am also the founder of the Focused on Fashion Runway show. I've been a photographer for probably about 25 years now. I've shot amazing models across the country, and Ashley's one of those models. But the way that Ashley and I connected, Ashley said, I want to be on the other side of the camera. She said, I want to be on the business aspect to learn everything from beginning to end. And I said, done.
Okay. How's your business start? What made you focus in on Pro Focus and photography?
Maybe about 12 years old, I was handed the camera and found out at that point I had an eye, shot a swimsuit model, landed the cover of a magazine at 12 years old.
Wow.
And that's when I embarked on photography.
Yes, well, it's always great to be able to find your passion early in life, and then that way you can spend the majority of your life shooting and doing things justice on the lens.
And loving what you do.
And loving what you do. You know I understand that. So what are your roots? Where are you from? You know I have to do all the shout outs and figure out who we know, who we like.
Chicago.
Okay.
Born and raised in Chicago.
Okay.
Met a girl, got married. I'm here in Indiana now, and I treat Indiana and the city of Gary as is my home. I love Gary.
So is your wife from Gary?
My wife is from Gary. Yeah.
We have that impact on folks. I will just say that once you meet us, you'll follow us to where we are and dwell. But no, you are honorary Gary, right? You want to shout her out, or just say her name? Or?
Well, we'll talk about her. My wife is actually my makeup artist.
Okay, Jackie.
So I married my MUA.
Okay. Wow. I love it. Ashley, so you told me offline before we started the WHITT session how you met Pro. Yes. And share with the audience that amazing encounter and what it has meant to you thus far.
It's been amazing. I met Pro at Chicago Fashion Week, and we have this standing joke between us. Since I'm so tall, he always tries to jump up to my height every single time he sees me. So that was the one thing that I held on to him, to remember him by. But ever since then, we just kind of hit it off. He's been trying to get me in his studio forever. Something always come up, so we're going to be shooting soon. But just working with him with this show has been an amazing experience.
Well, I will just tell you, when you pulled up, and by the way, shout out to Corey. We are in Visual Works right now. I know you're like, Chelsea, where are you with all this equipment? No, this isn't my stuff. I'm peddling Corey's equipment here in the podcast studio, but we're at 5750 Broadway in Merrillville, and that's a whole separate project that I'll be talking to Corey about, because this is an amazing space that we are recording today. But Ashley, when you pulled up to Visual Works, you and your mini-me, and I'm waving because I meet no strangers. Mm-hmm. And I didn't realize how tall you were until you came into the studio. I won't even call you out, because what they have to do is wait until Pressure on the Runway that's coming in January to see you walk that runway. When I tell you all, there is height and beauty in this room that is not me. That's all I'm going to say about that. And it's not Amber. Amber's not that tall either. But Chicago Fashion Week. So that means that you were already in the mix prior to meeting Pro. What's your backstory?
I have been modeling since I was 13 years old. I got into modeling through etiquette class, believe it or not.
Nice.
I took a class when I was in 7th grade.
Oh, how they need to bring etiquette classes back across the board.
Yes, and that's something I'm also working on too, because I do mentor as well. But I've been modeling since I was 13. I had put on fashion shows in high school all 4 years. And then I also put on shows put on a show in college. And each one of them, we've done charity work. And when I did the one in college, we gave over $1,000 to a young boy that was in the neighborhood. He had neuroblastoma, so we were able to bless him and his family with $1,000. So that was something that was great. But now that I'm able to get back into production, it's been fun. I love it.
And so Pro is teaching you the ropes.
Yes.
So let me circle back over here to the Pro of Pro Focus. So there are people who often jump in and out of lives, so I always like to just give tidbits in case they say, well, he's a photographer, I need a photographer. How do they find you? How do we find you, Pro?
Well, I'm pretty simple to reach. You can reach me on all my social medias. Pro Focus Photography, my website, social media, anywhere.
Okay, Pro Focus, everybody. Focus on Pro Focus today. So, we have an event coming up. Look at me, I've inserted myself. We have an event coming up in January 20th, 2024, and it's called Pressure on the Runway. And I know the young people use that term. I'm trying to stay hip. Amber keeps me hip when they say, pressure. But there is a different underlying definition as to why this event is called Pressure on the Runway. Tell me why, Pro.
So about 3 years ago, I suffered a very traumatic experience with my health. During photography in the studio, I was shooting 3 registered nurses, and God
a little bit louder for them over there. They want to hear this.
God placed me at the right moment at the right time. I was photographing 3 registered nurses, and I had a stroke at that moment.
Are you serious?
Photography.
While you were shooting nurses?
While I was shooting nurses. So God knew where I needed to be at that moment. From that point, my wife rushed me to the hospital and found out my blood pressure was 285/69. So they installed cameras to take photographs of my heart to see what was damaged. The next morning, I tried to do things I was normally able to do. I tried to get out of the hospital bed, I couldn't. Tried to move one side of my body, I couldn't. Tried to talk, I was talking out of one side of my mouth. So it's like, it was a very, very tragic experience.
And you're a young man.
Yes, ma'am.
And so this right here is an opportunity for you to raise awareness when we talk about
That's correct.
blood pressure and hypertension.
My goal as a photographer is to use my outlet to tell people to take care of themselves. As Afro-American men, we do not take care of ourselves.
You don't want to go to the doctor. Let's just start there.
That's very true. And I will admit that me having a stroke had a lot to do with me not eating right, not taking care of myself, not listening to my wife when she's telling me that I shouldn't be eating that, I shouldn't be doing this. All the don'ts, I was doing. So, not eating healthy, not going to the doctor to check on yourself. All these things brought me to a day of where God took everything away from me, and I was told by the doctors I wouldn't be able to lift up a camera. I wouldn't be able to walk correctly. I wouldn't be able to talk correctly. And my wife and her family, and I speak so much about my wife because her family is full of prayer warriors. So they went into war for me to get better and pray for me.
I told you, these Gary women. Come on now, let's testify.
I have nothing against what you're saying because you're 100% correct. Without this woman, I can guarantee you I would not be here today. 100%.
Wow. So one of the things, okay, I'm gonna have to call your wife in and fix my makeup in a minute, but one of the things that I pride myself when we do the CWIT sessions, notice that I don't delve too deep. I don't ask too many questions because I want the story to unfold on camera. This one you threw me off though, Pro. I mean, I knew you was a stroke, didn't know it was the nurses.
Yeah.
which to me in itself is a miracle. The irony is the procedure that they had to take cameras to go inside of you to see what was going on, and your passion is what? Cameras, photography.
Wow.
Won't God flip it on you? You didn't think of it like that?
That.
That's the first thing I thought. I was like, they use cameras on the cameraman for it.
Very true.
For introspect.
Very
So on the 20th, what are we doing? What do we want to happen, and how can we support? Because I'm ready now.
We are bringing the largest fashion show to the city of Gary, Indiana. And my choice for Gary was because every time that there are major fashion shows and events, they're thrown on the outskirts.
Preach.
There's Maryville, there's Hammond. I want to bring Gary to be a fashion hub where, like Ashley said, I met her at Chicago Fashion Week. My goal is to have a Gary Fashion Week. We have so many great changes that are going on in the city and so many great things that are about to happen. I want to be a part of that road to making Gary great again.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited because anybody who knows me, actually you just met me, but people who know me. I am Gary all day, every day, and I ride extremely hard for Gary. And by the time this is over, I'll be like making suggestions of where you and Mini-Me can move or just have property over here in Gary. But that is an amazing testimony, and I am ready to jump into the deets as far as how people can start to support as sponsors, as vendors. What's the venue we have chosen?
IUN University. And my reason for picking IUN was they have an amazing, beautiful theater. And everything within that I need, I don't have to outsource for anything.
So this is the Arts and Sciences building on Broadway, newly constructed.
Beautiful dressing rooms. The backstage is awesome.
It's a dream.
It's literally a dream. It's like to be amazed by what's right here in the city.
Yes.
That people have no idea. So when I put up a video of what the theater looks like, I kept getting comments back like,
where is this? I knew it. Right. I knew it.
And I'm like, it's right within Gary at the major university that we have here. And they're like, why are they hiding that? I don't want anything that's going on in the city of Gary, I want the world to know about. That's my goal. There, we have major restaurants going on here. We have, shout out to All Out, a gentleman by the name of All Out, DJ Caesar.
Yes.
We have very, very prominent people that are in the entertainment fields already that are doing amazing things. And I combined all of these people for the show. I'm bringing in DJ Caesar. All Out's going to be involved. I'm putting
Chelsea Whittington.
Well, at this point, you've been adopted.
I've been adopted.
You're already in. I want to build a melting pot for the city of Gary where people can come in from other areas and dip into the melting pot for the things they need. Entertainment, spokespeople, DJs. There was a time that Gary was known for entertainment. I want to bring that back. That's my whole goal for this whole show.
Well, I am excited. Everybody mark your calendars. January 20th. What day of the week is that? Is that a Saturday? Saturday night in Gary. So Ashley, a little known fact about, well, it's not little known. Everybody knows everybody. We're like 1 degree of separation in Gary. So either I know you or I know someone who knows you. So when he talked about IU Northwest, I've been a professor at IU Northwest 23 years.
Oh, wow.
I was there long before that theater even existed, and Lord willing, I'll be here long after they have expanded on the campus, so I can personally attest to the venue that you have selected. There's not a bad seat in the room. The acoustics, the technology, the location. For us Chicago, for you Chicago folks, right off the highway, 94. So we want to pack the house.
Great parking.
Great parking. Free parking. You know, y'all charge just to stand on the corner in Chicago.
We love free parking.
The free. The free parking. So, I want to talk to Ashley really quickly about what preparation you need and the models will need and what we can expect to see on that runway? Is there like a theme to what you all will be wearing? I'm not model size.
Well, I can't give away too much.
Okay.
But we're expecting some great fashions. We're going to be putting on a wonderful show. I mean, just to be on the stage and get to see it from my point of view as the model coordinator is just like, oh my gosh.
Oh, you're the coordinator.
Yes.
Bury the lead, why don't you? Okay.
Yeah, so just being able to meet all the models, seeing the talent that we have, and just being able to curate a great show that I know everyone's going to love. Like, you're not going to want to leave your seat at all.
Oh, wow. So do you have all the models you need?
Yeah.
Okay, you have everything you need.
Yeah,
so it's just about getting butts and seats now, Pro. Okay, so what do we need to do to get tickets? Because if you go to his social media, let me do a reenactment. There are people doing this. They have their tickets already. So it's kind of making me nervous because I'm like, you're not sold out just yet, right? But you're getting close. Let's do it.
You got some people that are looking in right now, right?
They're watching.
Talk this way.
Okay.
For the first person that is watching right now, if you can tell me where Pressure on the Runway started, and you can send that over to her, I got 4 passes for you.
Where Pressure on the Runway started? Amber wants to know, does she count? Yes, you deny. You're at work right now.
Wait, if you say yes, you do not.
Yeah, that's my sister. Yes, you deny.
So if you're watching and you can answer that question and you can give it over to her, I'm going to hand deliver 4 passes to her and those will be yours.
All right, but for the rest of us, it's time to get our tickets. And I know they're watching. Or they'll go back and watch like, what is Chelsea talking about now? I am talking about Pressure on the Runway, January 20th. Let me applaud you, the team, first of all, for being early. How many calls do we get like, Chelsea, can you promote my event? I'm like, when is it? Friday? I'm like, this Friday? So we're 2 months out. We're plus 2 months out, which I love, so that we can make plans.
I just want to sell every one of 500 seats.
500 seats.
My goal is I want them filled, and this is going towards a charity as well.
Okay.
Because a portion of the proceeds will be donated to the National Stroke Foundation.
Yes.
I've got to repeat that. Stroke Foundation, awareness. You know what? I want the whole two front rows to be filled with black men in their 40s.
100 black men.
Because will there be a portion of the program that speaks to that?
I'm calling in some RNs, I'm calling in some doctors that will actually stand there to tell people how to better take care of yourself.
Oh, yes.
So it's going to be a portion that's going to be informative. And I have some amazing musicians that are going to be involved in the show as well. So it's so many turns and
layers
of the show that's going to be going on. And with Ashley handling everything, she's told me, sit back, I got this.
Okay,
so
Ashley.
I'm trusting in her to put my baby in her hands because this show is huge for me. So my goal is to go from city to city with the same thing.
Let's take it on the road.
But I wanted home to be first.
Okay.
That was my goal. I wanted home to be first. And I consider Gary home because I've gotten so much positivity from the city of Gary. It has such a look of the negative things they've been through. No one's ever talking about all the positive things and the positive people that are here within Gary.
Choir, he's preaching to it.
So
listen,
serious.
I am so serious too. That's why I'm all in now. I am all in.
We are about to go through a major, I'm not going to go into politics, but we're about to go to greatness.
Oh, for
the
sure.
The city of Gary, I'm sorry.
And if you missed the boat,
Eddie Milton, if you're listening, I am so proud of what you are doing for the city and what's about to come about.
Yes.
I'm sitting back, I'm watching, I got my popcorn, because I know that all those people that talk down to this city, they're now going to have to eat their words.
Hand in hand.
It's
over. We'll welcome them to come on back, haters.
You're welcome. I didn't.
This show has gone all the way left, and I love it. You are tuned in to a CWIT session. What's a CWIT session? I'm going to remind you, it's a pop-up interview in a pop-up location with surprise guests. But they're no longer a surprise. Ashley, do you go, is that your stage name? Like, Ashley. Or is it something else?
My stage name is Ashley Simone. It's my first and middle.
Ashley Simone.
Yes.
Well, let me give it all to the
Yes.
people. How can we find you online?
So you can find me on Instagram at Officially. That's officially, but with an A.
Officially
Ashley Simone. You can find me there, and then if you want to look me up on on Facebook, I am just Ashley S. Lewis.
Okay, I'm gonna delete somebody today so we can be
Ooh,
friends.
yes.
Yay!
Wow.
That's so rude right now, but I do it all the time. Folks I haven't really interacted with, they get cut, they get blocked. Yeah. Or not blocked, I'm sorry, they get unfriended. You don't get blocked, I'm
so
sorry.
happy you answered my message.
That was on me, but now I'm gonna bug you. I'm like, how many tickets do we have left to sell?
Exactly.
How do we get tickets, bro?
So we are on Eventbrite, and they can go directly to the website, and the Eventbrite link is on the website. The website is getfocusedonfashion.com.
Getfocusedonfashion.com. And what's going to happen, as I shared off camera, this video is going to be, YouTubed and repackaged, repurposed, resent, and it's going to be the feature story in the See Wit sauce on Friday. The sauce. Oh, I'm only going to send it out to 40,000 people. That's it. And then when we do that, the link will be in there. And then the most important part, which I am a big fan of, is sponsorship and vendors. So Pro, first of all, I'm gonna shoot my sister a text right after this broadcast so she can get her vendor spot. But for everybody else, people in the back of the room, what do we need to do to be vendors? What's the cost and where do we sign up?
The vendor space is available. On the site they can go to vendor space and all the information will come up on there as well.
Okay.
Sponsorship, they can go on the site. Sponsorship is there as well.
But let's talk about those levels.
Sure.
If it's, I got a couple of friends here and there. Are we 5,000, 10,000, 100,000? What are those levels? Yes.
I have a $5,000 sponsorship package. I have a $2,000 sponsorship package. And the minimum that we're going is a $1,000 sponsorship package.
Sounds good. My folks in the healthcare industry, listen up. We need a healthy community in order for us to be around to thrive as models, to thrive as entrepreneurs, and whatever our dreams are, our makeup artists, our photographers, all of these things start with our health. Who are we without our health is what I always ask. And so I am 100% in now with pressure on the runway. And before we get out of here,
You have to mention my sponsors.
go. Let's talk about the sponsors.
I have two major sponsors. I have attorney Crystal L. Johnson,
Crystal, that's my buddy. Hey, counselor.
Dr. Regina Beard.
I love Regina.
So
She's one of my clients.
These are two of my major sponsors that have really supported me in anything that I'm involved in, anything I do. And they're also my clients in photography. So,
well, they're two people that they put their money where their mouths are. They keep their word, which I absolutely love. And they are both movers and shakers in the community. I told you that. 1 degree of separation.
shout out to Victory for Kids.
Victory for Kids. She does amazing programs for young people who are exploring healthcare careers.
Nice.
And they'll be future lifesavers. So folks like Pro who don't take care of themselves, or used to not take care of themselves,
So
we're going to stop that.
Crazy short story.
Tell me.
Dr. Regina Beard has put me basically on a tour of Northwest Indiana to go to 3rd and 4th graders to speak to them about taking better care of themselves.
I love it.
So I'm speaking at schools, I'm speaking at universities, so shout out to Dr. Regina Beard.
Hey, Regina, Dr. Beard. That is excellent and amazing. I'm ready to get these sponsorship slots filled. So with the vendors, so I know how the layout is in the Arts and Sciences building. So will they be downstairs in the lower level, or how does it work?
When you walk up the steps, that whole area that's in the hallway, all vendor space.
Ooh.
So the people that take on the vendor spots, they get hit before they make it to anywhere. They'll see their faces before seeing
Right. So great exposure for your businesses, great cause to support. If you ever need any short, thick models, let me know, Ashley. I might know somebody. I didn't say me. I just said if you need the short, thick model, I know somebody. That's it. But no, in all seriousness, what are some of the lifestyle changes that you have made, Mr. Pro, that we can give to some of the men who are watching today?
I drink more water.
Okay.
Which water was my enemy. I didn't drink water. I was a fanatic for Pepsi.
Ah,
So,
Mr. Whittington,
yes.
pay attention.
Cherry Pepsi.
How is not your friend?
Cherry Pepsi. I didn't get enough sleep, so I was the Red Bull guy, the 5-hour energy drink guy, and all those things were cut out. I've cut out a large amount of the fried food. I've cut out white bread. There are sweets. There are things that are basically I found that was tearing my body down, and I had no idea. So I eat a lot better, and thanks to my wife, she doesn't allow me to eat certain things.
Shout out to the wife. Now, you said she's a makeup artist.
Jacqueline Scott.
Oh, Jacqueline Scott. Where do we find her to get beat to the gods?
You can go with Because We're One. Any of my social media she's connected to. So this is our business together. So the makeup business, photography business, we don't have a separation of division.
You hear that?
Yeah, it's not.
Because we're one.
I love it.
That's so mushy. I love mushy.
Oh,
so I'm gonna do
anybody that watches me knows how much I love my wife.
Oh, yeah, that is great.
I shout it from the rooftops. Yeah.
Well, because it's a Gary girl. You hit hater, man.
She's gonna keep throwing it in there.
I am. I just know the quality and the fiber and fabric of the women who raised me, who I surround myself with. They're Gary women.
Yeah.
And we don't get to tell that story enough. So you just opened the door for me to preach a sermon that's been in my heart.
The women of Gary know how to build off of bricks that were missing. That's my goal. I had a lot of bricks that were missing, and she came in with a construction team to rebuild what was broken down.
You see that? Aaron, right. We got folks behind the camera like, what? Yes, I love that.
Yeah.
And I am just going to throw out a shameless plug. I have clients, the Tolberts. Everybody knows the Tolberts. They are a husband and wife attorney team in Gary. They have a podcast called Married People's Business, where I will be booking you and Jackie to talk about. Yeah. I mean, I like to layer it up to get the good news out about the amazing things that are happening in our community. So Ashley, my last question to you is, when are you moving to Gary? What is the hold up here?
It's funny because I have family and family friends that lives out in Gary already. So I do come out here quite often. Well, actually not as much as I should. I used to live in Dyer for a little bit.
She loves our gas prices.
Yeah, I love the gas prices here.
On point,
my
right?
gosh. Yeah, so I can come and spend $20 and fill up my tank. As opposed to being like $50, $55 in the city. So I do love out here.
Well, the door is always open. One more time, please give all the logistics. Either one of you, Pressure on the Runway, January 20th. You're going to hear me talking about this for the next 2 months. Well, probably not, because you'll be sold out by Christmas. That's my goal.
Be prepared to be amazed for what you're about to witness within the city of Gary. Pressure on the Runway, January the 20th. Get there on time. Every seat will be filled. We are doing our best to make this one of the most amazing shows to hit Gary in a very long time.
All right, everybody, make sure that you click on the sauce. It comes out Friday, 9 a.m. Central. This flyer will be in there. The link to be a vendor, the link to be a sponsor, the link to get your tickets will all be in there. And you know how I roll. We do sellouts with CWIT PR. We sell events out on behalf of our clients. Welcome to the CWIT family, Pro Focus.
That's why I messaged you.
Jackie, I'm going to cheat on Valencia. My niece is a fabulous makeup artist, but I will cheat to support my sisters. So I want to set up a session to get my face done.
Ashley, we might want to get one of the designers to fit her, to walk her across
Definitely.
the thickness.
Definitely.
Yeah. I would be honored. And it's also King holiday season. January just gets me hitting the ground running.
It's a love month.
It is. It's a love month. It's a love of our people coming up on Valentine's Day, my husband's birthday.
My wedding day.
Your birthday?
My wedding day.
Your wedding anniversary?
Yeah,
I love it.
Day.
So
I think that's what I never forget.
Valentine's Day.
Oh
my God. I know. We all love love.
Yes.
But I digress. Pressure on the Runway, January 20th. You have been watching a CWIT session here at Visual Works, 5750 Broadway. Shout out to Corey for allowing us to use the space. You're going to hear more about him in another episode. Ashley Simone.
Yes,
follow her on Instagram officially. Follow Pro Focus on everything Pro Focus. And of course, jump on over to CWIT PR, Chelsea Whittington, and you'll find out all the information you need to know for Pressure on the runway. You've been watching See What Session. Please
We
share this
appreciate
video. I
Thank
appreciate you. We're going to have some fun over these next few
Yes,
weeks.
we are.
And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.